Well, good morning, people of St. John's. I want to take just a few minutes to update you on where we are in managing our way through this crisis of a pandemic, and to just let you all know of some changes that the vestry is putting in place as we move forward. First, let me begin by saying that I recognize that these have been really challenging times for many of us. Each of us is having to manage our way through this pandemic in the best way we can. And of course, that means that each of us has had a very different experience. For some, the pandemic hasn't been too bad. In fact, maybe with less crowds, it's been even easier. But for others, things have been really awful. They've lost their jobs or found themselves isolated, alone, and living with a serious risk of illness or death. And of course, most of us by now probably know someone who has died of COVID or because of COVID. Truly, these have been some challenging times. And today we still find ourselves as a church to be a community of people who are in very different places. For some people, they are fully vaccinated and they're ready to go back to the way things were. For others, they're still waiting on a vaccine and just really aren't ready to get out yet. And of course, there are other folks who, for medical reasons, can't be vaccinated or don't want to be vaccinated or aren't old enough and everything in between. The point is, we still aren't dealing with a one scenario situation. And that means as a church, the vestry wants to provide multiple opportunities so each of you can choose to interact with the church at whatever level you feel comfortable. That means that for the foreseeable future, we will still provide some type of online worship and online meeting opportunities. Outdoor communion from the reserved sacrament will continue in some form, and we will still require, of course, masks and social distancing as best as possible when people are at the church. But the good news is that in addition to all of that, beginning this Monday, April 26th, we'll begin expanding our in-person opportunities. For starters, the building will be open to the public and parishioners. So I would encourage small groups like Bible studies and others who have meetings to host those meetings in person at the church if you would like and feel comfortable doing so. The guest Wi-Fi is open, so you can bring a laptop and host a Zoom component of your time together if you would like to go that route as well. Just make sure you let Carrie know if you're coming so that you can reserve a room and get on the church calendar. It also means that if you would like, you're welcome to just stop by the church and come into the nave or the chapel and just pray. What a blessing. Staff will also be back in their offices on Monday, and this Sunday the parish shop will be open with a limited number of people allowed inside. In addition, we're increasing the number of people who may join us in worship in the nave here to 75. We feel that given our space that we can achieve a socially distanced service and have plenty of room to spare at that number. Next, beginning in May, we'll offer a lemonade on the lawn offering between the services outside. We're also looking at restarting some of our acolyte and altar server positions and having the children's sermon occur at the live-streamed in-person worship. We're also eyeing June as a date to restart our choir singing in person in Mass at the 11:15 service and restarting the contemporary service as well. And we'll get more information to you on those offerings and those dates as they get closer. But as you can imagine, there is a great deal of work to be done in getting these offerings back up and running. Finally, let me just say once again that I know that each of us are all in a different place when it comes to our comfort level for how we want to interact with one another during this time. Please know that you are welcome to pick and choose how you want to interact with the church without judgment based on your own personal comfort level. Also, along that same line, I would ask all of us to just please be respectful of the reality that we are all in different places with our comfort level when you're here at the church. That means that because we're not discriminating based on a vaccinated status, when we're all together, we need to continue to wear our masks while we're in the building, keep our distance from one another, wash our hands, and so forth. Remember, as we said in the beginning, we're all in this together. And we can all affect the people around us, both physically and emotionally. So please, let's all be respectful of one another as we slowly move forward and hopefully out of this prolonged health crisis. Well, that's it for now. Please know if you have any questions or concerns, you are all welcome, of course, to reach out to me. And God bless you all. Goodbye for now.